Well, just about have the third field of canola planted. Must be losing my mind because I wanted to plant soybeans, but I guess I forgot to change the type of seed I was planting. So, yep, third field of canola being planted, but we're just about done here. Been down to the store to refill the planter with some seed. Had to buy another bag of seed. So I got about another 500 liters of seed down at the store. I really would like to be bringing my bags back to the farm, but I have no way to transport them just yet. Well, I mean, I can transport them. I just have no way to unload them once I get to the farm, and I have no way to load up the seed drill, the planter, with seed once I'm here. So I need a front loader on one of these, well, on one of these tractors. I have a tractor to work with, so I guess I have to be this one right here. Let's see what time. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not doing too bad. Been at it for 2 hours, and we delivered grain to the store to get us a good amount of cash. Planted one field with canola, which I thought was soybean. And now I'm planting the third field with canola, so getting a lot of work done. So I should be able to get the other field done this morning that we're plowing or creating. Should get that all finished and put in, and then had to put the narrow tires on the Fendt tractor, go around, start spreading some fertilizer, one in the field by the cabin, and then in the new field we'll spread fertilizer, and then how am I going to empty? I guess I could empty out the fertilizer at the store and fill the spreader with lime, then put lime on the field, and that way my fertilizer is not at the store, and I could use their tractor and front loader to refill the spreader with fertilizer again. I think that's what I'll probably have to do. I'll probably have to call the store and see if they got any empty bags of fertilizer so I can empty my fertilizer into those bags. Of course, when I say call, I mean send a message to the store. I still don't know how the store works. I can't place an order at the store. I have to call or place an order ahead of time, and everything's set for us. I don't know how it's getting out there. No one's ever around, and I'm never going to see anyone. It's a mystery. But then again, everything is a mystery here. Well, hopefully this time when I planted this field, I didn't leave strips everywhere. I also took care of all the hedges and brush around that tree, just to make it easier to work around. But I think that tree will be coming out of there sometime soon. I think I need to go around, once I get taken care of the big field, I think I need to go around with a chainsaw, start cutting down some trees and bring it to the wood chipper and start selling some wood chips so I can get some cash in, so I can definitely upgrade some of the things around the farm. I mean, the biggest thing I need is a bigger tractor so I can get bigger implements. I know it sounds odd, but you know, if the farm's going to grow, that's what we're going to have to do. Just trying to figure out where to put everything, and I kind of, since I put the combine out of here, I kind of didn't leave or park things the way I probably should. Let's go ahead and detach. Oh, I left it on, huh? That's not good. Alright, now it's off. Alright, detach the hoses. Detach that. And I need to make a letter to put in the mailbox, so next time whoever shows up can read the letter about maybe explaining to him that I would like to upgrade the equipment to bigger equipment if I'm going to be here for a while, which I think I'm going to be, because none of my memory is coming back to me. It seems like I know what I know and I'm not gaining any memory. I'm not losing my memory though, which is good. Yeah, so after I finish plowing or creating this field, we'll come back, put narrow tires on. The tires are in the shed there, so we'll put some narrow tires on, spread fertilizer down in that field. If the crops have grown in the two fields that we planted this morning, which I don't think they will, but you never know, we'll spread fertilizer, get the second stage on those. Like I said, mainly I need to get this big field in because that's, you know, just creating more money. Our chickens are doing the chicken thing. I also should probably think about getting like a shovel of some sort, because the chickens are creating a mess. and I don't know, may slow down their production by being messy around there. You don't want the chicken feed out of the trough. Maybe it gets bacteria and all that kind of stuff, and you don't want that. So we got to clear that up. Maybe I can, like we have the hand weeder. Maybe I can get a hand shovel and clean out the trough that way, because it's not that much being spilt out. But there's got to be a better way to clean that out. It doesn't look like I got much left here to take care of, meaning creating a field. But getting the subsoiler definitely was a big improvement over the plow that we had. Nothing wrong with the plow that we had, just that, yeah, it was what, 2.5 meters compared to this 4 meter wide. Definitely just makes it a little bit easier for me. Anything that makes it easier for me, I'm all for. That old saying, work smarter, not harder. That's the kind of motto I'm going to try to go with here. And that's what you got to do when you're by yourself. You can't take the hard jobs and push on to someone else, because there is no one else. Now this field here, since I've done 3 fields of canola, I think when I plant this field, which might be this afternoon actually, I will try to remind myself to put the right seed in the planter, and well, that's actually a seed drill. A planter is something that you do use for corn, sunflower, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so in the seed drill, I have to make sure I put the right seed in, meaning soybean. And then once we start doing some harvest in all these fields, and then if I can afford a weeder, bigger yield production, which means more crop to sell, which means more cash. Slowly we're getting there. And really the upgrades I've made to the farm, meaning by getting this plow, the subsoiler, getting the header for the combine, it hasn't cost us all that much. And of course the fertilizer spreader, that's definitely helped us out quite a bit, and that was not too expensive. Of course I say that, if you look at the farm budget that we have, yeah, when I talk about wasn't that expensive, $20,000 for this farm is expensive. But I got to make sure in that note that I get, see if I can get my budget. I mean, originally they told me I could, anything over $25,000 I have to get okayed for, and the weeder is $45,000 to $50,000, somewhere in there. So I guess I'll have to get approved for that, or yeah, I'm not sure. Because technically the farm actually has more money than my budget, or what I'm allowed to spend it on. Man, once the money starts coming in, I can really start to expand this farm. But I think to really help us out, because after I finish with this field here, all of our fields are just growing, and I'm just waiting for them to become ready for harvest. So I think my original plan of grab the trailer, head on out to a certain area, and use my chainsaw, cut down some trees, trim them up, cut them into small sections so I can lift them up, put them in the back of the trailer, bring them back to the farm, and start shoving them through the wood chipper, and hopefully I get a decent amount of cash for them. So maybe, I mean, $20,000 more in order to be able to buy a weeder. But I do have to leave myself some little bit of leeway, because I am going to have to buy some lime for this field, and I don't know how much fertilizer I have left in the spreader itself. Hopefully this hedge will just blend right into the soil. It did. Good. Yeah, without getting that upgraded header, harvesting these fields would have taken forever for one person. And it's not like I can hire a worker, because there's no one here. Just me. So basically I have to sit in the harvester the whole time, and I can't hire a worker to harvest a field, go around and work another field. So getting bigger equipment when you're by yourself is just going to make work that much better. And like I said, really only costs $1,500 more to get the wider header that can harvest at a faster speed. So to me, that's all thumbs up. Like I said, work smarter, not harder. Like I always do, my mind's thinking as I'm out in the field just working. Not much to do other than think, right? Pretty much. Or as I do, I just talk to myself all the time. Because no one else is here to listen to me. But, seeing as my memory's not coming back to me, I guess I gotta start planning long term about just living here. I don't think anything in the future is gonna just come to me about my past, about who I am or where I'm from or anything like that. So, yeah, I guess I just need to really start thinking, in a way, I have been thinking about maybe just living here long term. I mean, I am thinking about, the log cabin a while ago. That's why we started building that. I don't know. But, yeah, my memories is not coming back to me. So, yeah, I guess I got to plan on living here for a while. And I definitely don't want to be living on eggs and water. Just eggs and water. It's all I'm having. Eggs and water. Eggs and water. Yeah. And I wish I had a way to actually get in contact with this person who was leaving me groceries and, dropping letters off in the mailbox. I mean, I know they show up, and the only way for me to communicate is for me to leave a letter in there, because I haven't been fortunate enough to catch them when they're there. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I wish there was a way I could just, on my tablet, just send them like, hey, I need to talk to you, or, everything for me is not instant. It's like leave a letter in the mailbox, and then someday I'll get an answer. But yeah, I mean, what could I do here? I mean, I have an idea. I can start my own garden, like a greenhouse type of a thing. But I really have no way. I don't have manure. So in order to get manure, I would need something that produces manure. So another animal type. And that would be, I guess the best animal type to put down would be cows. One, I can get manure to feed the greenhouses, so I could grow stuff like, cabbage, tomatoes, maybe even melons, something like that. And also, I could drink some of the milk the cows produce. So that's... And if anything comes to it, butcher a cow and I could have some steak and hamburger. Oh, wow, that sounds really good right now. But the farm cannot afford that right now, so I gotta come up with a cunning plan here. Like I said, I gotta start really just putting in my brain that I'm gonna be here for a while. Start planning this farm maybe better. I mean, I think I've been doing a good job. I mean, they haven't complained too much about the way I'm running the farm. So, yeah, start planning more for the future of the farm and my livelihood of being here for a while. So definitely gotta start working my way towards getting some cattle in here. I mean, we went open range with the chickens, so if I go open range with the cows, it won't be too much, but they will need some kind of a barn, which means more lumber and nails. But the good thing is we got our own saw and stuff. It's just a matter of the equipment to go ahead and put all this stuff together, and a little bit of funding for it. I mean, I will need like a feed trough, a water trough. I'm going to have to buy some cows. Yeah, I think it's time I think at lunchtime, which would be after I finish plowing this field, I'm going to make a letter, stick it in the mailbox of all the ideas I have for the farm, and see if I can extend my spending limit, even though I don't have that much cash to spend. I'm going to ask to see if I got a spending limit of like $100,000, which sounds like a lot, but it doesn't allow me to buy like vehicles and tractors and anything like that. So maybe they'll be okay with it. I mean, I'll explain in the note that it's for like buying a weeder. I mean, I guess I should just write down my plans for the farm, and maybe that'll ease their mind of the direction I'm going, instead of just saying, hey, raise my spending limit to $100,000. If I just write that, they'd be like, well, what are you going to do with it? What do you plan on spending it on? If I just put But if I put in there, can my spending limit be raised to $100,000 because this is my plan for the farm? I think that'll be better. Better off that way. And then in the long run, once we start getting enough money coming in, I'll ask for a bigger spending limit. Maybe I can start upgrading my tractor. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't want to trade in this tractor. I would keep this tractor, but buying just a bigger tractor. I know it sounds kind of weird of like, well, why have more than one tractor if you're by yourself? But, you know, you need different tractors for different types of jobs. Yep. Time to make a note. Stick it in the mailbox. I'll do that at lunch, though, which will be shortly, because we're almost done plowing this field in. But, man, it is going to take me forever with that seed drill to plant this field. But it's one of those things. It's like I can make one big field. Will take me a long time to work it with the equipment that I have, or just make a lot of small fields. With this, it'll just divide up the work that I have. It'll just make it look like it's going by quicker. But I'd rather just make one big field, take my time working in it with a small equipment, rather than making 3 fields equal to the size of this one. Why not just make one big one like I did? Started a few days ago, been rather busy doing other things, but the field is just about completed. And I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I feel excited that I know that it's going to bring in some good amount of cash to the farm. But then again, I know it's going to be a lot of work with the equipment that I have to get this field turned over every time. My feelings have been made known about that seed drill that I have. I keep saying that I have. But you know, when I say what I have, it means what the farm has. Since I'm the only one here, just make sure I got every little piece. Which is all good now. It's almost perfect timing, just about lunchtime. Actually, let me creep up over this way here. Yeah, I'm not really sure where to go. I mean, there's plenty of trees around to go cut, but I mean, I also don't want to start deforesting certain areas either. I mean, I deforested the area up there on the hill a little bit. That's where our log cabin's going to go. Got a nice view of the pond. Alright, so no crops have grown there, which I didn't think they would, but no sense of checking that until after I have a lunch. Write up a short little letter, stick that into the mailbox, because I always assumed they showed up at night, but the other time they showed up in the, I think in the middle of the day. I think I checked the mailbox every morning, and I went back in the middle of the day and there was like a letter in there, so I'm not quite sure how they snuck in, but they did. Alright, lower that down. And detach that. And the next thing I need is this. And I'm trying to get in there to, maybe if I raise it on up here. Yep, it was rather hard to get my hands in there to attach the hoses, but we finally got them attached. And right now I'm just going to go over and park it over by the shed. We'll turn it off there. And use the air gun and stick some narrow tires on there because I got to go into the field with some crops. Fertilize those and then fertilize the field I just created. Leave the narrow tires on there because I'll have to use a fertilizer for the 2 fields I planted this morning. And then, once I do that, then I'll empty out the fertilizer, put some lime in, and eventually get to seeding the field. But right now, I'm going to go in and have lunch. Then I'll come outside and definitely put some narrow tires on here and get to fertilizing. Oh yeah, and also when I have lunch, got to make a letter. Alright, letter has been made. I'll put that into the mailbox. There we go. Eggs on bread. Nothing better. Let's go ahead. Let me grab the ear wrench. Come out here and yeah. Let's take these tires off. And also put on some narrows and get to fertilizing. There, work is all done. Let's put the air gun back, shut the door, and now I can freely run off into the crops. Not have to worry about it too much. Shouldn't take me too long to definitely fertilize these fields. Zipping right along here. Not a problem. The only problem I have once in a while is I forget to attach the power takeoff along with the hoses. This would definitely help out our yield if I can only take care of the weeds. That'd be great. And I thought it was worth a shot coming out here to see if that field was ready, but nope, it is not. So, head on down to, I guess, the big field. Get that fertilized, and then that way when I put lime over it and I go ahead and seed it, I'll have both stages of fertilization down. I won't have to do it later on. So we got canola in these 3 fields here. That'll be ready in a couple days. I'm thinking, do I want to start planting this field this afternoon? Or do I want to go out with the trailer and the chainsaw and get some instant money that way? That way, if I can get some instant money, I might be able to buy the weeder. Oh, I can't buy the weeder because I don't have the okay from the owners to spend over more than $25,000. So I guess maybe I should just go ahead and plant this field. Alright, well, anyways, I'm here. Need to fertilize it first. And then I guess I'll go back and figure out what to do in just a minute. I need to call the store anyways because I need to buy some lime to spread in this field. So I'll figure it out while I'm liming the field, I suppose. Of course, it's not taking me long to fertilize the field, but I did take a 5-minute break to send a message to the store saying I need a bag of lime, and also if they had a couple extra empty bags, they can place them outside because I have fertilizer I need to empty out. So hopefully when I get there, I got something to empty out, or I guess I could just dump it on the ground. But then that would really suck trying to get the fertilizer back into the spreader because I don't have a bucket loader, and the only thing out there is the Class tractor with a fork, pallet fork. So I would think the store would have something around there. But this field is got 1 stage of fertilization on it. This needs some lime thrown on it, and then the rest of the day we'll be just seeding the field with soybean. Alright. Hopefully when I get to the store, the lime is out there, and there's some empty bags out there for me to stick. I did mention I'm going to have just like 1,500 liters, so I think 1 bag might be enough. Well, the store is smarter than I am because it takes actually 2 bags full of fertilizer, and they had 2 bags out here for me along with the lime. Is the lime not going to go in? There we go. Kind of. Just have to find the right sweet spot, I suppose. Definitely does help if you get the bag over the spreader. So I've been spending a little bit of money today. I had to buy a bag of seed and now a bag of lime. Good thing that they have a tractor with a pallet fork on it, or else I don't know how I would get this stuff loaded in. I guess I could use my little kettle back at the cabin, come in and I boil water in and do it little by little, but that'd take me a while. I may need another bag of lime. I don't know how well this is going to cover. The only I want to know is get back there, get back to work, get the field covered in some lime, and we're going to be all set. This spreader was definitely a good purchase for the farm. Not only does it improve our yield, but look at the coverage it has. I know there's bigger ones out there in the market, ones that the farm can't afford. They hold a lot more, but the coverage isn't as good as this one is. Well, I'm going to get my answer here pretty darn quick. One bag is not going to cover this field. I'm not sure even 2 bags will cover the field. But luckily the bags of lime are rather cheap. They're like $4.50 per. So it may cost me $1,000 in lime to cover the field. But the yield increase will definitely repay for that, no problem. Well, better get on my tablet and order another one before I head on down there. Yep, I'm out right there. Let's get the tablet out. Maybe I should just buy 2 bags now and get it over with. Alright, let's go back to the store. Will they get it out that quick? I don't know, the store seems to be rather good. It seems like the second I place the order, I can go on down there and be there. But, yep, time to go back on down, fill this back up again. Come back to the field. Keep on going. Just about have this field covered. I'm hoping to get it all done before the spreader runs out. I do have a little bit more left down at the store. I'm guessing 800 liters is what I have left. But I should be able to finish the field with what I have left, which is pretty darn good. The thing is, well, I guess I'll have to leave the lime in here for now. Like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and seed this field right after. Then I'll figure out about the bags. I mean, it's not going to cost too much to put a front loader in this, I don't think. But I really would like to get the weeder first. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I don't like leaving all the bags out the store. I don't know if they mind. I don't know. I say that a lot. I don't know, because I don't know. No one there to talk to. But it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so if I want to get this field seeded today, I better get a move on. So let's push our way back to the farm, drop off this spreader, hook up to the seed drill, make sure I got soybeans in there, and we'll start planting some soybeans. Oh, what the? Oh, that does not sound good. That is a noise. I kind of know what it said. I mean, that's definitely something to do with the engine. I better just bring this right to the shed and turn it off. Looks like I'll be working on the tractor this afternoon. Hopefully it's something not too major.